In our last video, we learned what fractions are, the numerator, the denominator, and how fractions represent parts of a whole. If you haven't watched it yet, go check it out. Link is in the description. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Learning Maths with Namita. Today we are going one step further. We are going to learn about different types of fraction. And trust me, once you know these, fractions will feel so much easier. So let's get started. First type of fractions that we are going to learn is proper fraction. Alright, so how do we know whether a fraction that we are looking at is a proper fraction or not? So whenever you see that numerator of a fraction is smaller than the denominator, okay, then that fraction is a proper fraction. Alright, we can have a look at some examples. For example, 1 upon 2. Alright, so here numerator is 1 and denominator is 2. So we can see that numerator is smaller than the denominator. We have 7 upon 11. Alright, 7 is less than 11. Here 7 is the numerator because the number at the top is what? Numerator, and the bottom number is denominator. Alright, so whenever a fraction has smaller numerator and a bigger denominator, that is a proper fraction. You can relate it as like you have a pizza, right? And you cut it into 4 slices. You eat 2 slices, right? So what fraction of pizza did you eat? You ate 2 slices out of the 4 slices, right? So numerator is smaller and denominator is bigger here, right? So this is proper fraction. Alright, so next that we have is improper fractions. Alright, so improper fractions is simply just the opposite of proper fractions. Opposite means here you will have numerator bigger than the denominator. Alright, so numerator, wherever you see numerator of a fraction is greater, or you can say equal to the denominator, okay, then that fraction is improper fraction. Alright, we can have some examples. For example, instead of 7 by 11 we have 11 by 7. So here you see 11 is greater than 7. So numerator is greater than the denominator. Alright, and we can have an example of equal. So let's suppose we have 7 by 7. Okay, so here numerator and denominator both are equal, or you can actually call it as 1. Alright, so the main difference is that numerator will be bigger than the denominator. Now let's have the same pizza. Okay, so we cut the pizza into 4 slices, and now you are saying that someone ate 5 slices out of 4 slices, right? So we cut the pizza into 4 slices, and now someone is saying that they ate 5 slices. Isn't it a little bit different, right? So this is what? This is a improper fraction. It doesn't seem right in our daily life, right? We can't eat 5 slices of pizza if we have cut the pizza into just 4 slices. Alright? Okay, so this was the improper fraction. Next is mixed fraction. Alright? Now, why do we call it a mixed fraction? Because it is a mixture. It is a combination of a whole number and a fraction. Alright? So let me just write the name as mixed fractions. Alright? Okay, let me write some examples for you. So what did I say? Mixed fractions are a combination of a whole number and a fraction. Okay, so whole number, I can write it like 3, and then they have a fraction like this. Okay, so this is what? This is a whole number, and 1 by 4 is what? This is a fraction. Alright, now here is a cool fact. Every improper fraction can be converted into mixed fraction, and vice versa. Every mixed fraction can also be converted into an improper fraction. I'll just show you here one example, but we'll cover it in a different video, else this video will be too long, right? What do? We multiply these two, okay? We do 4 multiplied by 3. The denominator is multiplied by the whole number, and whatever we get, we add it to the numerator, but the denominator remains same. Okay, so here we get 12 plus 1 upon 4, which gives us 13 upon 4. So here you can see numerator is bigger than the denominator. So this is what? This is an improper fraction. And where did it come from? It came from a mixed fraction, right? Okay, so what do? We multiply the whole number by the denominator, then whatever comes, we add it to the numerator, and denominator remains the same. Okay, this is how we do it. Okay, so remember, every mixed fraction can be converted into improper fraction and vice versa. Okay, now next we have is like and unlike fractions. Okay, so what do we have? We have like and unlike fractions. Okay, and we can write number 4 here. Okay, all right. So now whenever you see different fractions with the same denominator, okay, for example, you have 1 by 4 and 3 by 4, you have 2 by 4, they all have the same denominator. Okay, so they are what? They are like fractions. Okay, they have same denominator. Sorry, not like denominators, we'll say like fractions. Like fractions have same denominator. Okay, so can you guess what unlike fractions are? I guess you do, right? Different denominators. Okay, so we can write like 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by or 3 by 4, right? And so on. Okay, these are what? These are unlike fractions. And how do we identify them that they are unlike fractions? Because they have different denominators. Okay, now you must be thinking why it is so important to learn about these, right? Some may have same denominator, some may have different denominator. What is so special about it? This becomes really important when we do addition or subtraction of fractions. All right, so before adding or subtracting fractions, we need to check whether they are like or unlike fractions, and it changes the whole story. All right, so this is very important when it comes to adding or subtracting fractions. So this will also be covered in a different video, because addition and subtraction of like and unlike fractions will take a lot of time. Okay, and we need not to be confused with each other, right? All right, now next we have is equivalent fractions. Okay, all right, so equivalent fractions is the next we are going to learn. Okay, now equivalent, we are not saying equal, right? Remember this thing, we are not saying equal fractions, we are saying equivalent. So the secret is in this word itself, because these fractions, the equivalent fractions, they look different, okay, but they have same, they represent same value. All right, now let's understand how. So if I say 1 out of 2, this is what? 1/2, right? Or whether I say 2 out of 4, whether I say 4 out of 8, they both are equal. So if you look carefully, you will see they are all different, right? They look different on the outside, but they actually represent the same value. They all represent 1/2. Now let's understand this with our pizza example, right? So we have a pizza, correct? Now, cut your pizza into 4 slices, okay? Cut 4 slices and take 2 out of it. Another thing what you can do, cut 8 slices and take 4, or cut the pizza into 2 slices and take 1 out of it, okay? Now, if you see, in all these 3 cases, we are taking 1/2 of the pizza, right? Right? If we have 4 slices and we took 2, that means we took 2 or we ate 2, it's 1/2. If we cut the pizza into 8 slices and we took 4, we again took half of the pizza, right? And if we have cut the pizza into 2 slices and we ate or we took 1 slice out of it, we again took half of the pizza, 1/2 of the pizza, right? So they all actually represent the same value. And we can also get a clear understanding this way. 2 can be written as 2 multiplied by 1, right? And 4 can be written as 2 multiplied by 2. These 2 get cancelled out and we get 1 by 2, right? Now let's see with 4 by 8. Okay, 4 can be written as 2 multiplied by 2 and 8 can be written as 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. This get cancelled out. Again this get cancelled out. What do we get? We get 1 by 2. So you see, they all represent the same value, but they look different, alright? So this is what equivalent fraction is all about. Alright? I hope you are getting the essence of it, right? So this was all about types of fraction. Let's have a quick recap. So what did we learn today? Let's have a recap. We learned types of fraction. So first is proper fraction, right? And what is special about proper fraction? That numerator will be smaller than denominator. Then came improper fractions, where we found out that we learned that numerator is bigger than or equivalent to denominator. Then we learnt about mixed fractions, where we learnt about that a mixed fraction is a combination of a whole number plus a fraction. And what was the one more fact that we discussed? That mixed fraction and improper fraction can be converted to each other, right? Next we learnt about like fractions, where we have same denominator in different fractions, right? Next we learnt unlike fractions, where fractions have different denominator, right? Different denominators. And then we learnt equivalent fraction, which means the fractions which look different but represent the same value, okay? Which look different but represent the same value. Alright? So, if this video helped you, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss on the next video. Drop your questions in the comments below and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep practicing about the fractions, the numerator, denominator and different types of fractions. Thank you. Bye-bye.